What's up, my people? How now they waiting? They happen waiting this up. Welcome back to our channel. Now, I know many of you have been concerned about the well-being of Pastor's wife in the hospital. I have some good news to share. She's finally responding positively to her treatment. I visited her today at Luth. And she has been moved from the emergency unit to a proper ward. The ward is clean and the medical staff attend to her promptly. Although we've had to pay for this service, which gets renewed every 4 days, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude for your generous donations. They have been incredibly helpful in covering the cost of medication and other necessities. At this point, I want to let you know that we don't require any more donations for now. Over the past 2 weeks, she has undergone intensive treatment to save her life. And thankfully, we are seeing progress. Okay, guys, let us quickly move straight to today's news. And today's news, yes, we're going to be talking about Chidi. You know, that handsome actor we've all seen on the screen here on YouTube. Yeah. But hey, lately things haven't been all roses for our man Chidi. See, some folks on social media have been throwing shade and giving him a piece of their minds. Now, are you a big fan of Chidi? Do you watch his movies and think he's the real deal? Or do you agree with these people, dishing out some harsh criticism? It's a real debate, my people. It's like this writer out there is questioning whether Chidi is doing his part to level up the game. They are looking at the movie industry and wondering if he's bringing enough innovation, talent, and extra spark that needs to keep things fresh. Now let's read exactly what the guy said. He said, as much as we would love to support our own local content, we must learn to tell each other the truth. I know nobody wants to say this out loud, so I have sacrificed myself as the scapegoat for roasting. Well, this user's name is Untamed on Facebook. He continued, 9 Alaba movies premiered in the space of 5 months. Even Sabino's no drop skit like this. The same hairstyle, the same attitude, the same costume, the fashion sense, and similar recycled storylines. The same location, the same set, the same mood, the same soundtrack, music played in about 4 of the movies. Movies like this can reduce your IQ to 0.1. They didn't even have the professional courtesy to at least change his hairstyle or fashion sense. Man looked and acted the same in 9 different movies. It's not just about making sales and name. Give your audience substance and value for their money. He can only improve if you all can stop distracting him with the fine boy cliche. But at the moment, this is the most overrated actor in Alaba Nollywood. The best thing that can happen to Chidi right now is to take some time out and reinvent his brand. Otherwise, he will become a washed out actor in the next few months. So, guys, what do you think? Is there a room for improvement? Guys, it's a debate on social media, and it's up to you to decide where you stand. Well, moving on to the next one. Here we have news about Burnaboy. Criticism here. Well, you can call it harsh criticisms. So, Burnaboy released this powerful 7th album, I Told Them. But guess what? People on social media are not happy about it. They are hitting back at him with critical reviews. Kind of like you get what you give situation. So Burnaboy got some Afrobeats fans pretty upset. He made some comments a few days ago during an interview with Apple Music's presenter Zayn. He basically said that a lot of other musicians like him don't have much depth in their music. He even said that most Nigerian and African music, including Afrobeats, is about literally nothing. Lacks substance because many artists focus on having a good time in their songs without talking about real life experiences. Interestingly, on YouTube, people seem to love his new album and even videos that go with it. But on Twitter, it's a different story, right? A lot of fans didn't hold back. They use words like no substance and mid, which means something average or not great to describe the album. So Burna Boy's album is stirring up some mixed reactions, both positive and negative. And let us quickly read some comments. In fact, I think I saw a comment by Daniel Rega. But before we read Daniel Rega's comment about it, somebody here says, be like you don't forget to add that substance you talk about to this your album. Bro, 14 skips on one album is scary. Thanks to Sheyi Vibes for the one good song. With all the nonsense you said on interviews, the album turned out to be so mid. Is it because of what Burnaboy said or what? Okay, can we just solve this? What's the best album this year? Which of these albums would you classify as, the best this year? Is it Davido's album? In fact, somebody says it's safe to say Davido gave us the album of the year. Album of the year. Well, let's quickly read what Daniel Rega said here. Daniel Rega said, Burna's new album, I told them, is a 3/10. It's worst effort from Burna since he started his career. The beats are great, but the songs had no substance. The entire album also promoted pomposity, encouraged violence of explicit lyrics. Furthermore, the album title doesn't correlate with the theme. Burna also dissing Nigerians in Thanks featuring J. Cole was not cool. Plus some intros were not necessary. The album was not worth the wait or hype. No offense. That's Burna Boy's 7th album. Well, what do you think, my people? But there's also this report about Burna Boy trending on social media that J. Cole, the American rapper, must have charged Burna Boy over 300, in fact, let me be precise here, $398,000. That's over 300 million naira for the verse. They said J. Cole charges 2,000 per word. He had 199 words on Burna Boy's Thanks on the I Told Them album. But here's the thing. I don't think Burna Boy actually paid the money. Here's the story according to report. They said, well, it's common knowledge that J. Cole charges 2,000 per word for a feature. Okay, here's the title. Burna Boy got a free J. Cole feature on his 7th studio album. I told them. But how? Okay, let's continue. He said, but Burna Boy did got the legendary rapper to hop on the song for free because Burna Boy headlined J. Cole's Dreamville Festival way back in April 2023 in North Carolina, and as the first African artist in history to ever do so, Burna Boy delivered electrifying live performance of his global hit songs per usual and had the crowd yearning for even more. J. Cole was so impressed and very happy to have Burna Boy headline his festival and for making the people of his town very proud to attend the festival and to have experienced the greatest African artist perform live and as a main headliner alongside himself, Usher and Drake. On Thanks, the album outro, J. Cole gave Burna Boy his flowers for being a major global artist and for being the face of black music globally. Well, so Burna Boy, I don't think he paid. Rolling Stone, here's Rolling Stone reviews on that. So I think these bad reviews as a result of what Burna Boy said about his own people. So Rolling Stone, the American magazine, said the album would have gone off without a hitch if Burna hadn't decided to close it out by taking a shot at the people in his home country. He accuses his fellow Nigerians of being ungrateful for what is done for the country's image. He admonishes his fans for calling out his various misbehaviors. Yeah, I think I listened to that part, the J. Cole's part and the interview as well. Yeah, so I think this just got on Nigerians' nerves. Okay, moving on to the next one. Here we have Sandra, the actress, reacting to Rita Idochie's post on social media about her after the video of her crying on social media and denying that she paid someone to harm Julie Idochie's child. She said, Rita Idochie, or whatever you call yourself, kindly keep my name off your mouth. I know you love chasing clouds and you studied cloud chasing, but kindly do not get my name involved. I've never directly or indirectly bullied May Edochie on my page. So before you accuse me of bullying, please come correct. Screenshot where I mentioned her name on my post or shut the hell up. Okay, moving on to the next one. This one is about the harsh situation in Nigeria. Take a look at this trending photo. It's a real eye-opener. A corn seller has taken a unique approach, selling roasted corn in smaller portions. According to the user, that's the X or Twitter user, who shared the photo, these corn sellers are breaking their corn into smaller bits. The reason, well, it's a response to the current economic situation where some people might find it hard to afford a full corn. Well, you can call this innovation or whatever you want to call it, but it's gaining quite a bit of attention, and it's a smart move, if you ask me. This change in how corn is sold is an example of adaptation to meet the needs of different customers. Moving on to the next one. Guys, let us be sincere here. What is the sad truth about Jackpot that no one talks about? I'm just going to read 2 comments, and hopefully someone, share theirs under the comment section of this video. Here we have Janet, who says, the grass always seems greener on the other side till you get there. So take advice, do research, get a relevant skill, learn from people's experiences, prepare yourself both financially and mentally, and make sure to migrate through the legit means. Another person here said, it's not rosy over there too. You cannot pick money from the streets. You must work harder before you can make it. Remember that their tax system is tougher than ours, and that makes it difficult to save. What they are sure of is good environment and good systems, unlike what we have here in Nigeria. So what's yours? Leave it in the comment section below. Now, let's go back to entertainment again. Here we've got Omale. Yeah, a story about Omale a lot of people are not talking about. Yeah, Omale said this. These are the words of Omale. He said, when I was 12, my dad, who I called Boy Alone, passed away. That was a tough time. I had to step up for my family. So I left home at just 13 and joined an illegal refinery in the Niger Delta region of Nigeria. I went through a lot and lost many friends during that time. Eventually, I moved on and began working as a laundry guy when I was 16. My dream was to become a rapper, but I also wanted to learn how to produce music myself. So I started learning from a gospel music producer named Dr. Roy. I served under him for a year and a half. However, he told me he could only teach me to produce gospel songs, not rap. It was a tough decision, but I had to give up on rapping. I wasn't really taught how to produce. I was more like an errand boy at the studio. Whenever he sent me home, I'll pretend to leave. But once he was gone, I'll go back to the studio. He didn't let me use his computers, so I stayed up all night learning from YouTube. In the mornings before he came back, I'll make sure the studio was clean, but things got complicated and eventually kicked me out. That's a bit of my journey as an artist, as told by Omale. It's been a rough ride, but I'm determined to make my mark on the music world. Yes, that's what Omale said. Moving on to the next one. Just a little bit of sport here. So RFEF just wrapped up their meeting, and guess what? They told Oga Luis, the president of the Spanish FA, to step down. But Baba's like, nah, not happening. He's standing his ground and saying he won't resign. Luis is playing tough. He's even telling them to take him anywhere they want to take him. He's ready to defend himself because he's got his side of the story. He's claiming that the kiss he planted on the female footballer Hermoso or something wasn't some shady move. He said he did that out of pure happiness. Now, people are shouting that Luis should hit the exit. They want him to go. Even Jenny, that's the hermoso, the lady he kissed, says she won't accept the kiss from Spanish Football Federation president. And guess what? 81 players have confirmed that they won't play for Spain's women's team until he's removed from his position. Luis is refusing to step down, and he keeps saying, no, I will not go. But the Spanish government have started legal actions to try to suspend this man from his role. Additionally, I think FIFA also launched disciplinary actions.
¿Crees que tengo que dimitir? Pues les voy a decir algo. No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir. No voy a dimitir.
The next one here, check this out. There's this video of a lady having a chat with her fiance. She straight up tells her man to send the bride price money into her own personal account on the day of their introduction. And guess what? The fiance is like, wait, do people even pay the bride price on introduction day? Me too, I really need to ask this question. Do people really pay bride price on introduction day? But this, they're Yoruba, right? So yeah, I still don't know. Maybe I need to call my sister to ask her. So my daddy said you should do it to my OP. That's what she said. Her daddy wants the guy to do it to her OP, but she's not backing down. She said that she's on the negotiation front lines. Dad was asking for 100,000 naira for the bride price, but she worked her magic and got it down to 73,000 naira. You could as well ask him to send it to your father's account and not your account. This lady is rewriting the rules and flipping the script, I think. Who would have thought that bride price discussion would get this interesting?
Oláṣẹ ọjọ́ introduction ò sanwó orí ni.
Kí ni wọ́n ṣe kí sanwó orí lọ́jọ́ introduction? Come and pay this thing job. My daddy say you should do it to my OP. Do it to my OP. Kò send.
Èlò ni ṣé tó lè wọn pariwo àwọn èèyàn èlò ni.
Mi pariwo ìgbà tó sọ pé kókó wá sọ pé ìwé náà ṣe wájú kò sí ìbàyí. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé.
Èlò wọn sọ kó bí a.
Ọlọ́wọ́ kò ṣe sínú OP mi. Do it inside my OP. Where's my food?
Èlò. Èlò náà èlò ni.
273,000 naira. Kódà 100,000 dájú mi fẹ́ gbà tẹ́lẹ̀ fún owó orí. Wọ́n sọ pé kí ni mo tún bá ìdí mo tún bá ìdí. Do it to my OP.
Ṣé ìyàwó ló máa ń jà fún ọ̀dà?
Ó ń gbọ́ ṣé kí lọ sọ fún wọn níta? Ṣé kí lọ sọ fún àwọn alága?
Olábọ̀ọ̀lù yín ṣe báwo de tún parọ́ dáàdì ò lè bá sọ pé ipò wa ṣe kí n so Olábọ̀ọ̀lù yín ṣe báyìí.
Báwo ń ṣe kí ni? Do it to my OP. Do 73,000. Mo tún díẹ̀ ní ọ̀gbẹ́.
Ọ̀dà ò dé jọ náà.
Send it to my OP now.
Olóhùn introduction à ń ṣe náà introduction.
So, a 35-year-old woman got her sister's womb in the UK's very first womb transplant. So the doctors and the surgeons in Oxford were the ones who did the transplant. Now, the woman's 40-year-old sister donated her womb to her. The doctors say the two sisters, who don't want their names mentioned, are recovering well after the surgery. They also said that the younger sister and her husband had already saved a lot of embryos, that's eggs, that they had fertilized with sperm while waiting for the right time to transfer them. A team of about 20 health experts carried out the surgery, which took almost 17 hours. They worked in 2 different operation rooms connected to each other at Churchill Hospital in February. Can it be possible to give away? I'm just asking, to give away someone's womb to a barren woman for her to deliver a child now? Well, only time will tell. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe. Till we see you next time. Peace.